If you want to see this look and my review of my new products, then keep watching.
Hey guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. I've got a bunch of new makeup to test out, so I thought why not show you guys my thoughts and reviews on these products and just do a little get ready and do my makeup with me. So without further ado, let's get on with the makeup. I'm going to be using my Icy Nudes as a mirror as well as I think for my eyeshadow. Of course, we need some magic serum to start our makeup and give us a little bit more moisture. So I'm just going to apply the tiniest amount of this and apply a thin layer to my face just to add hydration. I really do like this product. I think it's perfect to sort of start your makeup with. Let's start with brows. I'm just going to brush through them and see sort of what we're working with. So to fill in my brows, I'm going in with the Precisely My Brow from Benefit in shade 3.5, and I'm just going to lightly fill them in. I just want a little bit of definition today, nothing too crazy, just to give them a little definition and shape. Also gives them a little bit more depth, which I feel like sometimes is quite nice when my hair's a little bit darker. It died in so long. If you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen that I did a little Pinterest board of the hair that I think I want to do next, but I'm not sure. I'm still very undecisive about it. I don't think I'm going to get it done anytime soon because I want it to grow out to make sure that I can get the colour that I want. But yes, still very undecisive. I'm really liking that sort of warmer, I think they call it like old money blonde. That is really where I'm leaning towards at the minute. And for the eyebrow gel, I'm going in with the e.l.f. Brow Lift. I really like this. It's a newer pot. It's one that I used to use, but I ran out and then just picked up the next one to try that and see what I thought of that. But I've gone back to this because I'm really loving how my brows are looking with it at the minute. It just feathers them up in a way that I can't really replicate with the NYX gel, and it just makes them look a lot fuller. It's also like £6, which is really good for the price. I really don't think you can beat the price, and it's very similar to the Anastasia Brow Freeze. There is so many new like beauty launches at the minute, and I'm so excited, but it can get a little bit overwhelming if you're sort of newer to the makeup space or you're just looking for some good products. It's a little bit saturated and there's a lot going on with new launches and that at the minute. So I thought, why don't I show you some of the new launches and some products I've been meaning to try to sort of give you guys a little bit of a review and idea of what they look like on me. Now the brows are all gone, I'm going to go in with my favourite all-time primer. If you guys haven't tried the Reply primer, I'll say it till I'm blue in the face. You need to try it. It's one of the best on the market. And I'm just going to apply that and we can let that sit while we move on to the eyes. I'm going to go in with my NARS Pot Concealer and use the tiniest amount, like the tiniest amount on my finger to prime my eyes, because I want something to act as a base because I don't want to just apply it straight into my eyes. But I don't want to use my Huda today. It just gets rid of any discoloration and sort of hides the veins a little bit on the eye. This is my favourite pot concealer from NARS, the Soft Matte Complete Concealer, and I've got mine in Light 275 Pinelli, I think that's how you say it. It's really good for covering up spots or acne, I've got like some endometrium breakouts. It's so good for covering that up, and Alex L also uses that. I saw that in a video too. She's the reason I actually picked it back up, and I'm very impressed with it. I'm going to go in with this fluffy L'Oreal brush. It just looks like this, and I'm going to go in with the shade First Class from the Icy Nudes Huda palette, and just start to add some slight warmth and colour into the eye. I absolutely love this palette. It's honestly so beautiful. The shades are so buttery. I'm just obsessed. I'm not a massive cool toned eyeshadow person, and this palette is predominantly more cool toned, but I got it because I wanted to try and venture into using a bit more cool tones, and so far I'm very much enjoying it. Going in with this Morphe brush next, it's a little bit denser and it's a little of a different shape. I'm going to go in with the shade Lavish, which is just this one next to it here, and I'm going to start to deepen the crease and also add in black cool tones. So when I do this, because I have slightly hooded eyes, I keep my eye open and I sort of start to drag it into sort of a faux crease that I need to make, because doing it in the actual crease of my eye, when I open it you can't see it because of the shape. Then going in with this Kickstart small tapered blending brush. I really love this. I think I'm going to go in with Poised, which is this greyish tone here. I'm just going to start to blend that into the outer corner. And then bring on the lower lash line. And then taking the same brush, I'm going to go in with the shade She Rich. There's a lot more of a deeper shade, but there is a slight undertone to it. And I'm just going to further deepen that. It just adds in a slight bit of warmth back into the eye, but also some depth as well. I'm creating that shape.
And then of course we're going to blend all that together.
We don't want anything too drastic because I am only just going to go shopping in Canary Wharf. I want to go to the Space and K and pick some bits up, because I hear they've got the Ole Henriksen lip, what they call the peptide lip. I'm not sure what their name is, but I think you know what I mean. I really want to try them. I also want to try the Vive lip butter if that's in. I want to see the new Skin Nova as well. I'm not going to buy it at this moment, but I do want to give it a go and see sort of how it feels, the texture on my hand. But yeah, that is my plan. There's also like Zara, and obviously there's a fair few shops in Canary Wharf, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to take myself shopping, have a mooch around and see. And then with a shaded brush, I'm just going to go in with the shade Cold Plunge, which is this creamier shade here. I'm going to apply that to the lid. I want quite a bright lid in the inner corner to really add that lightness in there. And then I'm going to take Avalanche, which is this more white shade here. I'm going to apply that in the inner corners and then blend that out into the lid. They're really shade. They're very pigmented eyeshadows, but they're so buttery and they blend it so well. I really love this palette. Then going in with a small tapered brush, I'm going to take that She's Rich shade again and just slightly deepen once more. Taking this little smudger brush and go in.
Taking the shade She's Rich again, I'm going to smudge it along the outer lash line. Let's go on to the face. Taking this NARS concealer, I'm going to cover up any spots or blemishes. I'm using this BH Cosmetics brush, and I'm just going to cover up any of the acne or discoloration on my face.
So this I'm really excited for. This is the Kylie Skin Tint. It's their Skin Tint Blowing Elixir, and mine is in the shade 2.5N. How cute is the packaging, first of all? Honestly, I've heard such good reviews of this. I've been meaning to pick it up for a while, but it took me
a hot minute, so I am gonna give this a go and let you guys know my thoughts.
The packaging is so cute. So it's more of a liquid consistency. It's definitely not of a tint because of that sort of liquidiness, but I am intrigued by what I think the coverage is going to be like. It might be slightly too tan for me at the minute because I am very pale. But you know what, actually, I think that's blending into my skin pretty well. It is a really light, thin consistency, but it is definitely buildable. Okay, I'm really impressed with this formula. I really love how it's blending. I really love the finish. It's giving you just like a your skin look, which is perfect for every day. But it also gives me enough coverage where I feel like I don't have to go in with tons of product, because my skin, I like to have a little bit of a coverage. I have very red skin like naturally, and I do tend to get some like acne around my sort of jawline, so I do like a more of a medium coverage, and I'm really pleasantly surprised with this. I really like this. Okay, I've just put some clips in my hand because my hair was in a ring really, and I've got my sponge and I'm going to smudge now. Let's see what this coverage is like. Oh wow, this is applying beautifully. I'm obsessed with this finish. It blends beautifully with the sponge, also works so well with the brush. It comes kind of with a brush that's like you should use with it, so I thought it would be good with the brush anyway, but I'm glad it's also just as beautiful with the sponge. I'm obsessed. Look at this. Okay, this gets I'm gonna give this a 9 out of 10. I think they all pull a little bit warm from the swatches that I swatched in the store, but price-wise, this was I think 25 or 26 pounds. I really don't think it's bad, as it is on the smaller side. This is one that's 0 ounce or 30ml, so that is something to keep in mind. I think it's perfect for like traveling in the summer because it's so smooth. I really love the finish. I do think it's skin blurring, even though it is that thinner consistency, it does give that blurring effect. It applies really well with this brush, and overall I am really excited to use this, and I think this is going to become a staple for me in my collection. I think it's great for every day, but do I think look it's going to perform? No, I don't think this is for the high coverage, high glam girls. Next I've got the e.l.f. Cameo Concealer Corrector in the shade Peach, which I'm really excited to try. I've been wanting to try a co-corrector for a while because my dark circles have been dark, but all the liquid ones I could find in Boots and Superdrug were either not very good, or in Boots they're more expensive. They're like the Hooters and all of that, so I was like, you know, I'm going to pick up this e.l.f. one, see if I like it, and then we can go from there. So I'm just going to apply the tiniest bit under my eyes. I haven't heard much about these concealers, if I'm honest, so I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm gonna blend one side in with a sponge and see sort of how it blends, and then I'm gonna go in with a nail product in a minute. Okay, that blends beautifully into the skin, and it really actually has gotten rid of some of that darkness quite well. Wow, I'm actually really impressed with that. It's blended in really nicely. Do you think it's really gotten rid of some of that darkness already? Okay, I'm impressed with that. I'm gonna go in with the Kylie Cosmetics concealer brush. Is new. I'm very excited to give this a go, and I'm gonna blend this in with a brush. I love the shape of this. It's just so beautiful. I'm really excited to use this with my Huda concealer as well, because I think it's just gonna blend so beautifully. So you get a lot more coverage and a lot more pigment if you blend it in with a brush. I think you can see that this side is a lot more peach than the other one, but that blended beautifully, and I think that says a lot about the brush and the product. But it's blending really nicely into the Kylie skin tint. I am really impressed with this.
I think I'm going to go in with
contour next. So this is the new Rare Beauty Self Pinch Contouring Liquid, and I got mine in shade 3 Solace. I think that's how you say it. I'm so excited to try this. I have seen so many reviews online. I picked up mine in shade 3 because Gentle did not do anything for me. That shade 1, nothing. Mellow was too warm, and this one has a little bit more of a cooler, deeper undertone. So I thought, you know what, let's pick this one up. So they use the dot method. So this is a very gel-like consistency. It has a lot of playtime. It doesn't really dry down, and I'm very excited to try this on the face. I've swatched it a few times. I'm gonna go in with this Real Techniques brush to sort of blend that out, because this is the brush I would usually use, which is absolutely fine. The good thing about these is because they are so creamy and blendable, you can really blend that product out. As you saw, I've had it here, and I've got some on my forehead, I've got some on the skin. Blends so beautifully, and it just gives you such a chiseled look. I'm really impressed with that. Now I like to do it in sections. I know some people sort of apply it everywhere and then blend as they go, but that is not what I like to do. So I'm just gonna blend that into my jaw and up into my ear. This is really where contour, because this is, I think, really where you get that definition on the cheekbone and the jaw. Forehead for me doesn't really do that much. It gives me some slight definition, but I don't think I see as much of a difference when I go to my forehead as I do my jaw because of my face shape. but so far I'm absolutely so in love with this. It's giving me the best colour, the best blend, and it's just working so well with my other products. Like, look at that difference. And also, the size of this is going to last me forever. And it's also good because I did get it in that slightly deeper shade. I am going to have this for the summer as well, hopefully. It's more of a gel-like consistency, which I said before in my story, but the blend that it gives you in the finish. Contours obviously are supposed to run more of a cool tone because that is the nature of contour. You're working to build shadows, not add warmth. That's what you need bronzer for, to add warmth. I think the shade range is pretty good. I do think maybe the last 3 shades, there's a bit of a jump between the third last and the second last. So I think they need to expand a little bit there. Obviously they don't work for my skin tone, so I'm not sure exactly how they look on a deeper complexion, but all the reviews that I've seen, they look incredible. I'm going to give my Rare Beauty contour a 9 out of 10. I think the only thing I would say is maybe it is a slight touch dark for me, even though Mellow is too warm. I tried it on in the store, it was way too warm. Everyone in the store agreed with me. So maybe my exact shade isn't quite in there yet, but I do really like the finish and I do think it really looks good. I don't think it looks like it's too much or too deep on my skin tone. Let me know what you think. As we went in with our Rare Beauty contour, of course we need to go in with our Rare Beauty blush. This is the Rare Beauty blush in Hope. I'm going to use a tiny dots of that on each cheek, a bit on my nose. And then I'm also going to go in with the Rare Beauty highlighter. This is in Mesmerize. And just pop the tiniest amount with those. And then I'm going in with this Ariel brush and I'm going to blend that into the cheek. That just gives you such a beautiful finish, and we're just laying that blush right on top and bring it into the apple of the cheek. They obviously work so well together because they're all from the same brand, they're all kind of meant to be together. The finish is beautiful. Like, look how well that all works together. For concealer, I'm going in with the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Concealer in the shade 21. And I'm just going to apply a little bit of that under my eyes. Pop a little bit on my forehead and around my mouth. And then here as well. A little bit more definition. And I'm going to take my new curly brush and use that to blend that all together. This is the perfect shape for under your eye. It really, really did well with the shape of this. When I first saw it, I really wasn't sure because I thought it would be slightly too big. And no, it blends really, really well. And I'm really impressed with this brush. I've never been a massive fan of using brushes for my concealer, but recently I have been wanting to use brushes and just not have the right one. And now I've got this one, that is most pretty. So I think it's great for a rounded brow. And then I'm going to go in with that sponge and just blend everything we have. Now we are all done with our creams, let's go in with our powders. Okay, first I'm going to go in with the Hourglass bronzer. This one is in the shade Nude on Light. And I'm going to take that on a big fluffy brush and just start to add some warmth and bronze to the skin. I love that this bronzer is one of my all-time favourites. And it has a slight luminosity to it, which I think will pair really nicely with the skin that we've got going on at the moment. I'm just applying that where the sun will sort of hit those parts of the face and create a warm glow. Blush, I'm going to go in with Milani's Coralina from their Baked Blush Formulas. Honestly, it's such a beautiful shade, and I'm going in with this Ariel brush, which is one of the best brushes to diffuse blush into your cheeks. And this is a beautiful shade that pairs really nicely with that Rare Beauty blush. Next, I'm going on to powder, and this is the Huda Beauty powder in Fake. And then I'm going to put some in the back of my hand and use a Brushworks triangle just to powder my face. I'm going to go under my eyes and see how that e.l.f. Cameo corrector sets. And then I'm of course going to go along my jaw, around the mouth, and a little bit more on the forehead, around the brows. That's setting beautifully. I have no peeling and no dryness it just looks
as airbrushed and dough-like as normal.
And look at the definition that we have going on. To add a little bit of moisture back into the skin, I'm going to go in with the MAC Plus. And then I'm going to go back to the eyes and take the shade She Rich. I'm just going to use that on a small brush to smudge under that outer lash line at the bottom. So now I'm going to curl my eyelashes and we're going to try that new Charlotte Tilbury mascara. What are your thoughts on the new Road lip liners? Please let me know in the comments. I am a little bit torn on them. They look pretty cool. In the UK they're £24, which is kind of a lot for a lip liner for the amount that comes in them. And I wouldn't say, in my opinion, that they look like anything special. So I'm really torn on whether I want to try them or not. I've also not heard anything about they last a long time. No one's really said anything about that. I suppose sort of as people buy it and it goes on, we'll find out a little bit more. But yeah, I'm very torn on if I want to get them or not. I feel like they are kind of a lot for the amount of product, and also we have to pay for shipping, which I think for us is like £7. So I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments if you've tried it or if you're planning to, or if you're not, let me know. So this is the Charlotte Tilbury Exagger Eye Volume Mascara. Now I picked up a mini one because I wanted to give it a try, and I'm so excited to see what this looks like. The reviews that I've seen on it are incredible. Everyone's eyelashes just look wow, amazing, and I'm so eager to try this. And honestly, first impressions, wow, like look at that. My lashes are just so, they have so much volume. They are separated, they're wispy. Like look at that difference. I'm really liking this so far. I'm giving this an 8 at the minute. I really like it. I think it's great. Do I think it's 1,000 times better than my Essence or my Reply ones? No, but I do really love the finish it's giving me. Obviously I need to wear it and so see how it lasts, but so far I'm very impressed. It's very dark, which I know might be a bit of a strange thing to say, but it's actually like a true black. Some mascaras I find mean a little bit more grey, whereas this one is a very dark black. So far so good. I'm going to give it an 8 and see how it wears, but I really like how that looks on my lashes. Let's go on to the lips. The lip liner I'm going to be using for this is new. I picked up Maple, which is one of the Kylie Cosmetics Precision Pout lip liners, and I'm really excited to see this and see how this works with Yash, which is kind of the main reason I bought it. Sophie Floyd used this in a video that Sophie showed me, and she used it with Yash, and it just looks so nice on her. So I'm really excited to see how this works. I'm just gonna line my lips. I do overline them slightly at the top there, but other than that I follow the natural lip line. In the middle I add a little bit. Now I've heard that these have a really good longevity and they last really long, and they're also very buttery and easy to sort of work with and blend. They like do mess up or want to really smudge out that lip, which I'm definitely seeing. I love this shade so much. Slightly more of a red tone than my natural lips. I think it blends in to the pinkness of my lips really well. So as I said, I'm going to be pairing this with MAC's Yash, which is one of their newer releases of their Maximal Matte lipsticks. It's an old shade, but they brought it back because they discontinued it, and I love it. It's such a beautiful shade. It's really just the perfect nude. It has a slight peachiness, I want to say, but honestly it's the perfect nude shade. I'm going to go in, this is the MAC lip gloss. I'm just going to apply a piece of that. It is so good. I love this MAC lip gloss. Like actually look at that finish, look at the shine. I'm obsessed with it. Wow, I really love how my makeup's come out. Like look at that finish. I'm obsessed with it. Okay, to finish it off, we're going to go in with the One Size Until Dawn setting spray just to lock everything we've got in place. I'm obsessed with how my makeup's turned out. I love how it looks. I love the finish, and I'm really impressed with all the products I have, all the products I picked up. I'm so glad that I did, and I think I'm gonna recommend them all, to be honest. I think they're all good, and I think you should all give them a go. This is the finished makeup look. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did,